Hi, Richard Davis, current position, British Telecom. If I'm looking over there a little bit, I'm just keeping an eye on the shed. It's blowing a hoolie outside at the moment. Anyway, failing services. Okay, VPN global service for IAG, British Airways in particular. Via service reporting, it was quite apparent that during snow disruption, the service was having issues with concurrency. The number of users working from home, accessing applications in the IAG data center was reaching a position where it was refusing connections. 2015, this was highlighted, and a report given to the decision makers who make a decision on whether to upgrade this infrastructure or not. This continued through a visit from the Queen. The same report was delivered, a service report highlighting there was no decision made on infrastructure upgrades, and to be honest, to upgrade the current VPN hardware was not, we suggested, was not the way to go. The concurrency of users, the inflexibility of that upgrade, the path to the upgrade was costly, potentially disruptive, because you'd have to remove the current devices, run two sets of devices in parallel, and whatever you do, eventually, it's going to become end of life, or you're going to reach capacity on that service, because it is a fixed capacity, utilization, concurrency, CPU, RAM, whatever you want to call it. It's fixed. It can only do that. Now, yes, you can scale these things and buy another box and fit it in and configure it and get somebody to walk over and plug the thing in and then walk away and then do some testing. Or you can go down the path that the IAG are going for all of their airlines across the group. So that's British Airways, Vueling, Iberia, Aer Lingus, Level. All of them eventually will be encompassed into a cloud-based solution, which obviously is the way to go. You size it for the main company, which is British Airways, so 4,500 users potentially, all at once. You size it to accommodate those users in the cloud, and that's your business as usual type scenario. And then on top of that, obviously, then you would build a burst, shall we call it a burst environment, into where the user base could burst above that if such an event as disruption or a Queen's visit or something like 9/11, God forbid, should occur again. And everybody has to work from home, or there could be some pandemic of some description that keeps people working from home. God forbid that ever happens, but you never know, do you? Anyway, so this whole solution is agile in its essence. So you build it and you add your users. You use the Pulse Secure token at the client end, and you authenticate through that. So you're using the customer's AD services. All of this stuff exists. What doesn't exist is the cloud-based, the cloud-based growth, the ease of growth, the agileness, the dynamic growth that can be included with the cloud service, because all the hardware's there. You just grow across hardware. It's already in the data center, and the service is expandable, infinitely expandable. I would say. Going on from that, I would hope that this service would also be upgradable. So should new technology come away, it would easily be transferable to the new technology. In actual fact, you would almost insist that was built in, that there was some sort of easy upgrade path, easy growth upgrade. The ease, I think, is the word here, because the easier it is to manage, deliver, expand, grow a service, the easier it's going to be on the budget. So the failing service was the VPN. I mean, the hardware was failing, not the client, the Pulse secure client, not the tokens, nothing like that. And you should move away from hard tokens unless you actually. I would recommend software tokens. But yeah, so the hardware was failing, so we did away with it. We looked at the case of upgrading the hardware; it was never going to fly. So we moved it to the cloud, and in the cloud it sits quite happily, trotted along. And should we ever have a pandemic of something relating or looking like flu, then it can expand easily. And I believe, joking aside, it has done that. So that's where that is. Okay, so I think we'll move on.